our doa recitation. Please welcome.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim, sesungguhnya kami berhimpun pada hari ini bagi menyatakan kesyukuran di atas kurniaan-Mu yang tidak ternilai. Jadikanlah kami hamba-hamba-Mu yang sentiasa bersyukur. Sama ada nikmat yang sedikit, lebih-lebih lagi nikmat yang melimpah ruah kepada kami. Ya Allah, Ya Tuhan kami, Engkau berkatilah dan rahmatilah perjalanan program kami pada hari ini. Sesungguhnya Engkau maha mengetahui bahawa kami di sini ingin menimba ilmu pengetahuan kami sebagai hamba-Mu, Ya Allah. Semoga dengannya kami mudah menerima dan menghayati serta mengamalkannya. Ya Allah, kurniakanlah jua kepada kami kesihatan anggota badan, kecergasan minda, ketenangan jiwa dan kekuatan semangat. Semoga dengannya kami mampu mendepani cabaran, berdaya saing dan mampu mengangkat martabat diri, keluarga, masyarakat dan negara. Rabbana atina fid dunya hasanah wa fil akhirati hasanah wa qina azabannar. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa ala alihi wa sahbihi wasallam. Walhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.
Amin amin ya rabbal alamin. Thank you Jeffrey bin Muhammad Johili for the doa recitation just now. Without further ado, I would like to invite Yang Berusaha Dr. Fariza Ahmad Mahidin, Program Coordinator of Department Logistics and Transportation SML, to deliver her opening speech. Please welcome.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Very good morning to everyone. Thank you Miss Hafsah binti Abdullah, our MC for this webinar. Assalamualaikum and a very good morning again to our distinguished speaker, Mr. Megat Khidir Razman bin Muhammad Razali, Operation Officer of Quanterm Logistics Sdn Bhd Shah Alam, Selangor. Sir Nizamuddin Datuk Zainuddin, the advisor of Logtrans Club. Associate Professor Dr. Herman Shah bin Anwar, Warehouse Management Lecturer. Miss Aisha Fika, our President of Logtrans Club. Miss NARISSA ZOLHASRI, Webinar Program Director. We also have here Mr. Muhammad Ahmad bin Maskuri, and also will be joining later on maybe Mr. Muhammad Zuhairi bin Fizal, our BBLT alumni, currently trainee at Quanterm Logistics Sdn Bhd. Both of them is the alumni of BBLT 2021 this year. They just finished their intern and joining with the Quanterm together with our speaker. So by the way, to tell you all or to share proudly, Mr. Megat also my ex-students when I was in Polytechnic Seberang Perai. He also one of my students in Diploma in Logistics and Supply Chain Management. Okay, so and all my beloved students here, thank you for joining this webinar. On behalf of Logtrans, on behalf of Logistics and Transportation Department, I would like to welcome you all to this Warehouse Management Operations and Future Career in Warehouse webinar for A211 2021-2022 with the theme of engaging future talents with industry knowledge sharing. So with this theme, we carry our experienced staff from the industry to share with us, because all of you is our future talents, First of all, I would like to express my most profound appreciations to the Logtrans Club and all committee members for successfully organized this webinar. Thank you very much to our speaker, Mr. Megat, who willing to share his knowledge and experience to all of us today. As for me, I believe that with explanation in class by lecturers is not enough. Therefore, we bring an experienced and expert persons from warehouse to share the real world of warehouse. Thanks again, Mr. Megat. Last but not least, to my beloved students, may this sharing session will benefit to you and provide a guide to succeed in your future career. With the words of Bismillahirrahmanirrahim, I've officiated this warehouse management operations and future career in warehouse webinar today. Thank you very much. Back to MC. Thank you.
Thank you, Yang Berusaha Dr. Fariza Ahmad Mahidin for your inspiring speech. We have finally to the time we have been waiting for. Without go any further, let's go to know a little bit about our speaker yang berbahagia, Mr. Megat Khidir Razman bin Muhamad Razali. He is currently working as Operation Officer at Quanterm Logistics Sdn Bhd for 7 years until now. He also has experience as warehouse assistant at JE Services at Zalora Warehouse in 2015 and also assistant operations supervisor at XL Logistics Sdn Bhd in 2012. Thus, he also graduates with a Diploma in Logistics and Supply Chain Management at Polytechnic of Seberang Perai, PSP, Pulau Pinang from 2009 until 2012. Mr. Megat Khidir Razman is also one of our alumni in Universiti Utara, Malaysia from Bachelor of Business Administration, Logistics and Transportation with honor from 2012 until 2015. Thus, he has a Master of Science in Business and Economics by Research from 2018 until 2020 in Universiti Putra Malaysia UPM Serdang Selangor. Please welcome yang berbahagia Mr. Megat Khidir Razman bin Muhammad Razali to give his sharing session. Please welcome.
Hi all, good morning. Okay, today in my session, I will use in logistic term. So if your side did not familiar with the logistic, you can ask me directly, no problem. Okay? So can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
Can.
Okay, Quantum Logistic was established in June 1992 with headquarters located in Shah Alam, Selangor and local branches located across Malaysia. We have branches in Penang, Pasir Gudang, Port Klang Town and also inside Port Terminal. We have started our business as a LCL consolidator and providing services for domestic and international markets. Now we not just focus on the LCL consolidator, we offer multiple services and strive to be the best total logistics solution partner. As of 2020, we have developed overseas branches in Indonesia, Australia, Philippines, Vietnam, Myanmar and Cambodia with a workforce of about 400 worldwide that is continuously expanding. For your info, this is our own building. Our CEO built this building. We have a double-story warehouse in Shah Alam, around 100,000 square feet, and we have around 15 bays offering bonded and general storage. Warehouse in Shah Alam is mainly focused for East Malaysia delivery, domestic by air and sea, and also inventory storage for 3PL. For international delivery by sea, customer will send their goods directly to the Port Klang, which is CFS Port Klang. So this is our organization chart. I started work with Quanterm under freight department. So in there, I handle shipment international and domestic East Malaysia for 2 years. Then I resigned to focus my master. From from my personal view, is a freight department is for me lah is quite easy, simple for me. Because a freight is, as you know, a freight is a very fast mode transport compared to the sea. So everything we just handle within 1 or 2 days, because to transport cargo to destination, it will just take at least 2 days. So after consignee receive the cargo, the job is done. To compare with the sea is more like 4 to 5 days. So after that, I resign because I cannot commit my master. So I have to resign, focus my thesis because I cannot commit to the master program. I always come late for the thesis to meet my supervisor, so I have no choice. I have to tell my boss I have to resign to focus my master. And then after I complete my master, I contact back my boss, my ex-boss, to continue back to work in the quantum logistic. So that time my boss offer me in a OCE department, which is sea transport. For me, it's a good, because from air freight and then you learn about the sea freight. So my boss giving me opportunity to handle the sea freight international. So in there I stay for almost 2.5 years, and then after that I transfer to CFS. So this is my current position now, CFS warehouse. Uh, and then company giving me opportunity to manage the CFS, to handle the operation there. And for me, I still new here in CFS because yeah, I have a experience in air freight and sea freight, but for the warehouse, I still new. I'm still learning. So in here CFS, I start meet Zuhairi and Amma here. So they in a CFS. Okay, before we move further, I will share a bit about our partner in quantum logistics. So we have Roda Multimodal and also Pcd Logistic. Roda Multimodal is our company as well. Just we use a different name. Roda Multimodal working closely with the custom and exercise to offer extensive advice on the opposite duty rates and procedure, and can clear cargo at the major gateway of Port Klang, KLIA, Penang and Pasir Gudang. We have our own in-house system directly interfacing with Royal Malaysia Custom to ensure clearance efficiency, together with well-trained and experienced staff. So it's like Roda Multimodal is like our forwarding company. They will assist in the custom documentation and everything lah. So for the next one is a PCD Logistic. PCD Logistic is our company as well. We use other name. PCD actually is a company that I work for. PCD and Quantum Logistic is like brother and sister company. Our CEO is also CEO of the Quantum Logistic. So PCD established as a container freight operator at a various port in Malaysia to support our customer who involved in import and export activities. Our available CFS operation is located in both North Port, Port Klang and Penang Port. So we have Penang Port as well. PCD is like offering services and serve our main company, which is Quantum. Okay. So can anyone tell me, share some, this is no right or wrong answer. What is a container freight station? Can someone tell me? Just share this as a no right or wrong answer. Maybe someone who knows about the container freight station. No one. No one know. It's okay. I will explain you a bit about container freight station. Okay, container freight station is a space, usually a large warehouse that specializes in the consolidation and deconsolidation of LCL cargo before being exported or imported. So do you know LCL of LCL? Okay. So LCL is like we have in container you have a lot of shippers, and for FCL it's a container with a single shipper. That's a difference of SCL and FCL. Most CFS will be located close to the ports of entry, such as airport, ocean port, and major railway hubs. Most of the time, it's a warehouse where goods and products that do not fit into the one container are collected, stored, and wait for other goods to fill a container before they are shipped to the next destination. As such, the CFS is used with the less container load, shipping where one shipment is not enough to fill a container. CFS not just deal with the LCL cargo, loose container load cargo, we do staff FCL cargo too. And also other services such as labeling, repacking, and storage in order for us to generate the income for the warehouse. CFS is a place where goods and inventory for import and export are stored temporarily before it being collected by consignee or before export to the next destination lah. So these are the example of the activities of the CFS. So from the arrival vessel, and then within 1 to 2 days of working vessel, not port. For example, I give you not port because our warehouse is not port. So not port will take about 1 to 2 days to unload the container from the vessels. So for the FCL shipment, directly, of course, the haulage, the haulier, the transport will collect the container, send directly to the premise. And for the LCL container, they will arrange, send to the CFS for the break bulk and for the segregation of the cargo. So actually, what are the general services provided by CFS? Preparing container internal loading plan, stuffing. Stuffing is an activity of loading cargo into container. Unstuffing is a process of unloading cargo from the container, okay? Stuffing and unstuffing. So we use this term in logistics. Arrangement empty container from container yard to a liner depot. Okay, what is a depot? Depot is a place to store the container. Depot provide a single place where shippings and logistic company can keep their container until it is time for reloading. So for the depot is a CY, is located within the port, is unlike a CFS, which is located close to a port or terminal. A CY, we call it CY, container yard, including aligning container for loading on ship and storing offloaded container until transfer to a CFS or rail yard. Arrangement empty from a depot to a container yard, tallying, container and cargo storage, issuing shipping order and dock receipt, stuffing, marking, sealing of the container for identification and labeling, physical moving cargo out and into the CFS lah. So these are the main services that we do in CFS: import, export, and transshipment. Actually, can someone tell me what is transshipment? Can someone know? Transshipment? Just share. Transshipment. Maybe Narissa want to share? What is transshipment? It's okay. It's okay, never mind. Yes, correct. Distribution center is a transshipment. Okay. Yeah, it's correct. The process, actually the transshipment is the process where the container or the cargo are transferred from one destination to another destination before being shipped off to another to their final destination. For example, from Port Klang to Hong Kong, and then from Hong Kong to Brazil. That we call it a transshipment. For example, another example like from Penang to Port Klang, and then from Port Klang to Ho Chi Minh, Vietnam. That's called transshipment. Yeah. So, this is our port Klang, not port. Actually, in Selangor, we have two port, which is not port. We call it KCT and KPN. Okay, later I explain what is KCT and KPN. And then another one is Westport. Actually, they are different, not port and Westport, because different company, different port authority. Actually, it's not the same. So KCT, we call it a Klang Container Terminal. KPM is Klang Port Management. For the West Port, we call it Klang Multi Terminal. Okay. So this is actually our warehouse located inside Northport. I'm so sorry because I cannot take too much photo because it's a privacy area. It's prohibited actually to take photo inside the Northport. So I'm so sorry. This is the photo I curi-curi ambil je lah. Just want to share with you all lah. This is our warehouse. We have two warehouse here, D3 and D4. So D3 mainly focus for the import activity. D4 is for export activity. The why reason we segregate because we don't want to the mistake lah. Actually, we don't want to incur too much mistake because sometimes the customer confuse the cargo for import, we re-export, and then the cargo for export, we import, we release to other company. That's the thing. So challenge for what kind of a challenge we face in the CFS, and of course for the abandoned cargo and uncollected import cargo. Abandoned cargo are those that are left behind import without being cleared by the consignee. If the consignee not collected more than 3 months, we can consider that cargo is abandoned. There are few issues that cargo become abandoned, which documentation problem, the consignee, the receiver is untraceable, permit issue, documentation issue, duty and tax issue, and then others issue as well, that way cargo become abandoned. Actually, different country have their different rules and regulation. Some company like in India, if the cargo is uncollected within 30 days, it's considered abandoned. For in Malaysia, it consider if within 19 working days, if cargo is not collected, we can consider it's abandoned. Of course, the facilities maintenance, bay, roller shutter, floor damage is controlled by Northport. As I said, our warehouse is located inside Northport, and we also as a tenant here, so we pay the rent for the warehouse. So everything for the maintenance is controlled by the Northport. If let's say Northport have a money, they will repair lah. If no money, no repair lah. So the third issue is a cross cargo wrongly released. Our warehouse located in Northport, so a lot of documentation involved with custom and port authority to take out this cargo from terminal. So when in wrongly released cargo, it will incur our cost to prepare the documentation, transport and everything lah. So skills you need before you enter in the logistic field. I think this is an interesting part for you. Willing to learn. Logistic must learn from the bottom. Don't dream manager or senior exec after you complete the degree. Must learn from the bottom first. Know all the procedures and process. The important is you must have the sense of curiosity and keep asking the question. Actually, I have one staff, your alumni, Mr. Zuhairi. Mr. Zuhairi always asking me a lot of questions. Sometimes I also don't know how to answer his question. But it's good. It's good for you to keep asking the question. So the second is a good soft skill. In logistics, we'll face to face with a supplier, vendor, customer, and also negotiation, purchasing, and everything. Maybe after this, lecturer can practice to use email as a platform to communicate or spread some information to a student. Maybe can start submission of assignment or project by email as well. Or else maybe faculty or English syllabus can organize a class or a session with a student to learn and improve on the email skills. This is a few steps that university can help to improve student soft skill. Why I highlight this because mostly based on my experience, mostly students, sorry to say, they don't know how to involve in email. They don't know how to reply. So I hope that university can do something like help student in this part, because in logistic, the most important you know how to reply email, because we can monitor them, we can monitor you, within a week or 2 weeks, and after that we let you do your job lah. So number 3, calm under pressure. Logistic work environment is often very fast-paced, and each step relies on the successful completion of the step prior. Successful logistics professionals are able to make split-second decisions when needed and can often be relied upon to put out any metaphorical fires that may erupt within the process they oversees. Of course, logistic is a lot of pressure, so you have to manage how to control the pressure. Okay. So effective problem solving skill. Any issues, problem arise within your team need to solve quickly, of course. Quick response, quick in problem solving. Seeking for improvement. People always make mistake. I also make a mistake in my job. Mistake will make you grow and learn. I also do a silly mistake as well. It's a normal to make a mistake, but it's abnormal for you to keep the repeated same mistake. Okay, this is a normal lah. Able to control and manage your stress. Logistician need to be able to handle stress and high intensity environment, as this business is full of unexpected change. Let it not affect your day after day. If you are unable to handle, of course your customer will complain to management, it will affect your works. Be innovative. Logistic company depends on the worker who can innovate and makes the old way of doing things better. This is one of the reasons why logistics is an exciting sector to work in, because the work is continually evolving and never gets stale. Sorry, I don't know what happened. So fast learner is a I always ask student to fast. Actually, fast learner is very important lah in logistic, because logistic is very busy for me. It's a very it's not a stress, but you have to act fast. Okay. It's important in logistics because busy is so mostly all managers need their staff to be work independent with less monitoring. And of course, basic knowledge about the import and export. Okay. Actually, do you learn about the Incoterm? Of course, you learn about Incoterm, right? So in Malaysia, the basics, the most what we call it, the famous Incoterm is X-Work, FOB, DDP, DDU, CFR, and CFA. So for me, you better learn about the Incoterm, because in logistic field, you must well known about the Incoterm. You must 100% know. You just don't memorize, but you have to understand the situation. For example, like, can someone tell me what is the X-Work or FOB? What is the X-Work? X-Work, who responsible for the X-Work? Can someone share with me about the X-Work or FOB? Yeah, it's a free on board, but in what situation shipper pay, consignee pay, you know? Actually, X-Work is consignee paid for the shipment. Okay, this is X-Work. And DDP is all shipper pay, include duty and tax. Okay, so DDU is all shipper pay but exclude duty and tax. Duty and tax is under consignee account. And then for FOB is a free on board. So the responsibility is half-half. Shipper pay half, consignee pay half. So this is important. So the Incoterm. So maybe lecturer can put this maybe in final exam or whatsoever, because Incoterm is very important in logistics. Even you work in different field also in manufacturing, when they put you in a logistic department, Incoterm is very important. So you must know the freight term. So we have two freight term, which is freight prepaid and freight collect. So what is freight prepaid and what is freight collect? This is another second thing that you need to know. Freight prepaid which is shipper pay at Port Klang here. For example, you have a parcel you want to send out to your friends. You use Lalamove, so you pay the parcel. So it is a freight prepaid. Okay. So freight collect, you arrange your Lalamove. You request Lalamove to send the cargo to your friends. So you request, you ask Lalamove to collect the money at destination. I mean at your friends. So that is a freight collect. Okay. And another part is about documentation. So documentation, as I know, you learn about bill of lading. So I want to highlight here, actually bill of lading, we have two type of bill of lading. Master bill of lading and house bill of lading. Can anyone tell me, share with me, what is master bill of lading and what is house bill of lading? Bill of lading is, yes, is a document for you to ship out the cargo, by sea. So by air, you use airway bill. Airway bill also we use the same, master airway bill, house airway bill. But can anyone tell me what is the difference with these two documents? Yes, actually, master is issued by freight forwarder. Master bill of lading actually is a document that we issued to the agent. It's between agent to agent. So house BL is a documentation that you issued to your customer. Okay, that's a different. Because anything you want to, for example, like bill of lading, documentation by sea. So everything you involve in the carrier, you make a booking with the carrier or any documentation that involved in the carrier, you have to use the master bill of lading. HBL is different. HBL is between you, your company, and your customer. So for me, logistic field is like you playing video games. Is a new challenge every day and offering a variety of experience in every level. There's a lot of potential students out there. Try to become the best among the best. Education is not just about getting first. If you are getting first degree or fall flat, there's a reward for you. Don't just memorize the books. Experience your life. Don't just enjoy in the university. University is a life, is a platform for you to create your skills, your leadership skill, your communication skills. So try to develop your skill in university. Okay, because when you work in logistic, that skill we need in logistic. We don't need you know about the FOB, you know the BL, but we need your soft skills. Soft skill is very important. Okay, actually to become a warehouse manager or any, because you want to become a logistic analysis or whatsoever, you must know the container size. So can anyone tell me what is the container size that you know? I think you learn about this in a seaport, isn't it? About the container size. So what size you have?
20,
20 and
20
40.
footer feet and 40 footer feet. That's right.
Okay. Okay. Actually, 40 footer, they have two types, which is 40 GP and 40 high cube. Okay. It is correct, 20 and 40, but for 20, we only have GP. Okay. So from this door of the container, can someone tell me what is the size of this container? Come on. Okay, 20. Yes, correct. It's a 20. So of course, this one is a 40. How you know 40 and 20? So for
Indian.
huh?
Indian.
Yes, they're high and then okay. Ada? How you know this container is 40 footer? How you want to know? What number?
Means number of the capacity.
Lagi. How you know this container? It's 40. Come on. The answer is on the door.
Sebab yang depan tu 4 kot.
Caution height trailer.
Actually, how you want to know the container is 40 footer is the clue is the 45G1. The 45G1 je, the below the number of the container. Okay, you see the differences. You see the differences between 20 and 40? The number 22 and the number 45. Yes, that's how you know the container size. Okay, so after this you know lah. No need to know the actual size. You just know from the door. You know, oh, this is 40. This is 20. Okay. As I said to you, for the 40 high cube, we have GP and high cube. So this is the differences. GP and high cube. 42G1 is a GP. 45G1 is a high cube. Okay. The differences only the height of the container. The length, the width is same. So for the dimension, maybe you can check the Google lah. The dimension all the same. Okay, what is the size of this container? Yes, 40, correct. 40 GP or high cube?
GP maybe?
Why you say GP?
42.
Yes, correct. Betul lah, correct. The high cube we call it 45 G1. Yes, correct. Okay, you know already. Good lah. So this is how to read the container number lah. So the number in the box you have to read as well. So actually for example you know carrier one high or KMTC. So for example like one high the first number of the container is WHS or WHL. So which means one high line shipping, one high line. So U means unit. Every country in the world they will use U. U is represent the unit. Okay. So the difference is the three the owner prefix ni lah, yang tiga ni. So for example like OOCL carrier OOCL, they will use OOC ataupun or OOL. Or else we have carrier KMTC line they will use KMT. So the unit will be KMTU. Example lah. So you want to become as a logistic, this part is very general for you to know how to read the container. Okay, another I want to share with you. I'm not sure whether you see or not. Can someone tell me maximum weight can be load in this container? Maybe the student who open in laptop, maybe they can clearly see lah. If they open by phone, maybe it's not you have to zoom. So the answer is there in front of door. So maybe someone can tell me the maximum weight of the cargo you can load in the container. Oh no, wrong. 30,000 is wrong. Yes, 28,000. Betul lah, 28,000. 28,000 is the max weight for you to load the cargo. Actually, a different container have a different weight. For example, like the left one is 28,300 and the next one is 28,280. That's the maximum weight of the cargo. So max gross is on the top one is 30,480. That's a total weight of the goods and the container. So you have to understand that. you refer the max cargo there 28,000. That is the maximum weight you can load in the container. Okay. So this is the maximum volume, maximum pallet that you can load in the container. For example, on the left side is a 16 pallet. 16 pallet is for 20 GP container. So for stackable cargo, it can fit up to 16 to 18 pallet. And for non-stackable, it can fit up to 8 pallets. Actually, it can fit 10 to 10 pallets. Some depends on the measurement of the cargo. Maximum is 10 pallet. Minimum is 8 is okay lah. Ngam-ngam lah. And for the 40, of course, the maximum for stackable cargo is 36 pallet. Actually, it can fit up to 40. And then for the non-stackable, it can fit up to 18 lah, 18 to 20. This is a basic information if you want to go interview for the warehouse lah. Maybe some warehouse manager will ask you how many pallet can fit in the 20 container. How many pallet can fit in 40 container. How you read the container. That's important for the warehouse. So for the volume, and actually for the sea, international sea freight, we use M3 for the measurement. How to get the M3 is length, actually by inchi, by inchi, length, width, height, you times all, and then you divide 61023, 6,000 6,123, 61,023, 61023. Then you get the M3 there for the cargo, for the 1 entry. For example, like 1 entry, you times inchi 100 times 100 times 100, and then you divide 61023, and then you get the M3. So for this part, actually I will hand over to Encik Amma to share the sessions with you. Actually, Encik Amma is one of my staff. He's working in a PCD, CFS. So I hope he can share something with you lah, the experience working in the warehouse. So Encik Amma, I leave it to you before we end up this session.
Hello. Can you hear me clear? Hello.
Can.
Dengar tak? Okay. Okay, so I'm firstly I nak share pasal, I want to share about the warehouse, the important thing in warehouse. So what is the important element in warehouse? Can someone tell me? The important cost of warehouse. Equipment, and then inventory cost. Others, space. Okay, so for the warehouse, there are two important costs that we need to know. And if you get a job or interview for internship or working in warehouse, you need to know that there is a two costs. The first cost is space cost, and the second cost is time cost. So these two costs, space cost and time cost, is very important to our warehouse, as for the space we pay monthly rent, and we get profit from the space. And from the time, as Mr. Megat said just now, we have a storage cost in between from the unstaffed day and 3 days upward, it will be free, and the start on 4th day we will charge on the storage cost. So the time cost is very important, as space cost and time cost will give a lot of profit to our to warehouse. Okay, and then our CFS has material handling equipment. So first we have a forklift. We have a 3-ton forklift. We have 2.5-ton forklift, and we have 5-ton forklift. So this forklift have a different function. They have a same function but different task to manage the cargo, the weight of the cargo. Okay. Okay. So for the CFS, as Mr. Megat said just now, we do import, we do export, and we do transshipment. So for me, working in container freight station is enjoyable as we are closely related with import, export, and transshipment. We can see clearly the movement of the cargo from local, from manufacturer to our CFS, and then we pack, we stuff the container, and we export to other country. For example, Vietnam, Taiwan, Chak Lai, and others. Okay, so for my experience, at CFS, PCD, I start my internship here for 4 months. After an internship, they offer me to work here lah. So is it working in warehouse is enjoyable? Yes, it is enjoyable when the time is enjoyable, but when there is a pressure, it is a real pressure. You need to handle your pressure very well lah in logistic sector, because when I'm first working at PCD, I always do a silly mistake, a small mistake, and then the mistake will cost you. The mistake will cost you a lot to pay. Right or not, Mr. Megat? Okay. So I'm not I'm working at PCD from the bottom. So we need to learn from the bottom, from the bottom. Okay. And then I will share you some tips how to success in warehouse, or how I share to you some my experience. So first, you always ask question. If the question is merapu ke tak merapu ke, tanya je soalan, and then you know the course leader in the warehouse, and then you don't wait for innovation, as I see that technology is emerging in logistics sector right now. So you don't wait for things to become itself. You must pursue the innovation. You must create the space for you to grow. And then okay, that's all from me.
Okay. Actually, when you complete your study, actually your intern is the last semester, isn't it? For degree, correct? Am I right? Okay. So in order for you, if you serious in logistic, maybe you can apply your intern in a freight forwarder industry. Freight forwarder industry you will see a lot of logistic in there. Freight forwarder industry is like is a middleman between shipper and consignee. So you will arrange everything. So in Quantum as well, Quantum is a freight forwarder industry as well. Same like Tasco and also PKT. But how company treat you is different lah. I don't know how company uh, PKT or Tasco treat you, but Quantum, if you intern here, we will treat you like a staff. So we will give you handle, for example, if you intern as a sea export, so we will give you how to, we will explain you, we train you how to pack the container, export the container from A to Z, which means from collecting cargo from shipper permits until the cargo stuff it into the container. We will monitor everything. So through the process, you will learn a lot of documentation, what kind of BL, is it the fumigation. So in process, in that change, you will learn about the fumigations, documentation, bill of lading, what kind of permit for the export. So for me, if you want uh, to further experience in logistic, you better go in the freight forwarder industry lah. You try lah. You try to get intern there. I will not say for example like direct shipper, for example manufacturing is not good, but you will less, you will not learn everything because for example like manufacturing, everything they will release to their forwarder to handle everything. They just wait forwarder come to collect the cargo and then just update where my cargo, where's the status. That's it. You will not learn everything. So my advice is go for the freight forwarder if you want to explore everything in logistics. I also tell Ahmad and Zohari, if you want to explore, you go for the freight forwarder industry. You will learn everything. Your knowledge will boost up in the freight forwarding industry. Okay. Any question? This is a question part. Q&A session. Sorry for the video, I don't have any video in warehouse because it's not, actually it's dia salah saja ambil video dekat dalam port ni, memang tak boleh. Because a lot of signboard in not port are not allowed to take any photos or camera inside not port. So if we do our port pass here, dia orang akan rampas, kena bayar. Kita tak boleh masuk port sebab nak masuk port kita kena ada port pass ni nak masuk. Oh, for the abandoned cargo, normally we will deal with the custom. Actually, our warehouse located in the free zone area, so everything is under custom control, and also LPK. LPK is Lembaga Pelabuhan Kelang lah, is the Port Authority. So we will further discuss with the Not Port how to solve the abandoned cargo. They will actually, we have some penalties need to pay. We have documentation need to prepare. We have to prepare the custom form. Actually, a lot of process with the custom. And then custom will take the cargo and then up to them lah dia orang nak buat apa. Kita pun tak tahu sebab kita pun we ran the warehouse as well. So everything is under port authority and also custom control. So everything we let custom do lah. And then also actually they have what we call it environment contractor. So we have actually we can deal directly with custom. It must cost save our cost, or else we pay to the contractor for the disposal. We need to pay double lah. They will handle everything. We just give the cargo to them and then up to them lah what they want to do. They want to take out the cargo ke, they want nak guna ke, apa ke, it's up to them lah. But the charges is quite high. So that's one why because we don't want to absorb that charges. So we still in actually if this happen abandoned, we discuss with the agent who want to absorb these charges, because it's not fair CFS or PCD to absorb these charges because we do unstaffing, and so and then yeah, we have to discuss with the import side, so a lot of party involved lah. Oh, working hour in warehouse actually in offer letter 8 to 5, 8:30 to 5. And then on Saturday we working until 1 p.m. So if we have a busy, sometimes the warehouse need to work until 8, maybe until 9. Yes. How you solve or handle when the problems come? Alamak. Actually the first thing first, the problems when problem arise in with me, I will further discuss with my teammate. Actually, I discuss with Ahmad and Zuhairi lah. Actually, I discuss with, I refer with senior team as well, how I want to solve. So I get advice from senior, how, because we have a lot of senior staff here. They have experience. They're working with PCD, CFS more than 20 years, and some staff working more than 50 years. So I get advice from them, and then we discuss together how to solve.
Hello. Nak jawab question from Nazatul. Mr.
Nazatul,
Ammar, how you
how you
handle
handle
small mistake when intern? Okay. I do some mistake, and uh, uh, when I do small mistake, obvious lah, my boss will marah I lah. And then
I very
Example of your
particular.
mistake.
Mr. Megat is
Amar,
very
what is your
particular.
example?
Oh,
Example
small
of your
mistake.
mistake.
Email.
I left a unit of empty container to be sent to depot, and it cost almost 1,000, Mr. Megat.
He missed out to arrange the container back
Yes.
to the depot.
The first time to arrange, first time, first experience, and then so after a lot of thinking, malam pun tak ada tidur, fikir, and then I come up with solution that I need to record in a secure place. I need to have a record in and out. So I discussed with Mr. Megat and Mr. Zohari on how to solve this problem, and I think right now problem is solved. Right, Mr. Megat?
Solve lah. Tak boleh tidur fikir. Actually, I have the when problems like Amma, I have I know how to solve, but I let Amma you fikir, you think how to solve. I want to know the problem. I want to know the solution for you. So dia punya solution okay lah, same with me lah, okay lah. Then okay lah. So if work in warehouse, is it involve paperwork or involve sekali? Actually, when you work in warehouse, of course, you involve in the physical work as well. You not just stay in the office. You have to go there. You go to the knockport. You go to the custom. You go to meet the OGA. You know OGA, other government agency like Makis. Actually, when import container arrive, for example, in the container we have food. So food is a control by the Makis. So we need to wait Makis to come for the break seal of the container. So after Makis come break the seal, then we can unstuff the container. So after the Makis come break seal, and then we have to go to the Makis office, to go here, to go there, everything lah in warehouse. So the next question, how will be part of the Quanterm group? Okay, how to be part of the Quanterm group? Maybe you just open their website in a career part in the website. So you just send the resume there. Actually, I apply work in Quanterm. I apply to the website in the career part, not from the job street or not from the friends. I apply in there. I submit the resume in the career at Quanterm Logistic, if I'm not mistaken. And then after a week, they call me. Oh, can you come for the interview? I okay lah. Then actually,
Can Amar share the website of Quanterm? Can Amar share?
Sure.
Okay, thank you.
if you intern here, you will get the allowance, of course. And then it depends. How to work in warehouse is depends on the management lah. So management will before normally management will ask me, Megat, do you need intern or not or warehouse? I say no means they will not send to student in warehouse lah. They will send to another department lah. So which warehouse activity will you focus on? Okay, actually we focus on the import and export activity. Import actually to compare with the volume monthly, we have a lot of import container every month. So roughly about 200 container, 200 or 300 container import per month. So actually import will give us much more on the profit lah actually. Export also give us a lot of profit as well, but export volume roughly around 100, not more or less 100 container per month. So to compare with the import, it much different lah. So we focus on the import lah. So during COVID, actually to be honest logistic industry is stable tau. So when you lucky tau, you study in logistic and you want to explore your career in logistic, because for me during the pandemic, logistic is very stable. We not facing any what we call it pengurangan gaji ke pemotongan gaji ke. So far alhamdulillah we able to stable. Actually during the pandemic our volume also increase, you know. Volume import, because we still operate, we have to operate as usual because we have a lot of cargo import and export. So for us logistic no problem to handle. So far okay.
Ramai
So
yang beli kat Shopee.
So for me, if you want actually after you complete study you want to try another industry, you think first lah during this pandemic, because for example sorry to say for the manufacturing side, for example like top glove and also others product. Actually during pandemic, sometimes they can operate, sometimes they cannot operate. But logistic, we still can operate. Freight forwarder, we operate as usual. So no issue here. So you think lah, you think wise lah if you want to go. I will not say that manufacturing is not good. It's good, but it depends on the sector you want to continue. Oh, banyak soalan ni. What is your company stand on the Dr. Ping Green Warehouse? Okay.
Soalan daripada Hafsah tadi. To
Hold on
deliver
actually Green Warehouse, actually our warehouse actually in Northport, actually is under Northport to handle how to make sure the green warehouse. Actually we unable to simply implement because it depends on the Northport. It's like you stay in the condominium lah. It's like your management lah. Your management okay, then okay lah. Your management tak okay, we just follow je lah. Even we pay the rent, even this our warehouse, we have to follow lah. Northport, everything is come from the Northport. Warehouse is warehouse, so much. So what of company do differentiate their warehouse from others? Actually some company then they do not have their own warehouse to do stuffing because their warehouse is far. So they will use our service. Actually not all warehouse can offer service for the stuffing. So this is what our service that we can offer, stuffing and unstuffing process, because it's not easy for the warehouse to do stuffing and unstuffing. A lot of activity involved there. Oh, actually the seal for the container seal, actually so far you have to get I pernah ada satu container ni actually kita the haulier actually different carrier have a different seal, and then some carrier the seal is collect in the office, and some carrier they request you to collect seal in the depot. So during you pick up the container, the depot will give you seal. So I have one problem, the seal is missing. So actually I try communicate with the one high, we try to use the seal. get permission from them. Sometimes orang wahai ni can consider. So we can use other seal as well, no problem so far. But it depends on the PIC of the one high lah. Sometimes they will not allow. So if they not allowed, you have to arrange your dispatch to go back to the depot, collect back the seal. You have to pay lah. So no, actually for the seal, so far no issue lah. Maybe it depends on the person in charge of the shipping line. Sometimes they can consider, no problem. But sometimes they will not consider. They request you to collect back the seal. It depends on the shipping line lah. Am I answer your question, Niti Anand dan Jaya? Actually, this yalah. Always happen here seal because the seal is missing. You know, sometimes warehouse do the activity. Sometimes they missing the seal gone. So we try to call shipping line. Boleh tak I nak guna seal lain? Sometimes they okay. Sometimes tak okay. You have to collect back lah.
Mr. Megat, have questions from Nur Farah Hanim, 1049.
1049.
What is your opinions on Malaysia warehouse versus Amazon and Singapore? 1049, Nur Farah Hanim.
Okay. Actually, Malaysia, Amazon, Singapore memang is a very good warehouse. Actually, when I work, this is a different. Actually, when I work in a Zalora is a very good warehouse. It's very systematic. Actually, CFS is not suitable to do a systematic or robotic warehouse because we handle a lot of different cargo. So actually, for the systematic is suitable for the warehouse, like for example, like Zalora. Zalora is very good warehouse actually, and now they have their own warehouse distribution center. So for me, if you ask me, is it CFS is okay or not for the warehouse? For me, it's not suitable lah CFS to implement to stay like a Singapore Amazon warehouse because Amazon is different. Amazon, they have a small packages, very light packages. Because CFS, we handle heavy cargo. So it's not suitable to use robot. Because we prefer people to release cargo instead of robotic. Because before we release the cargo to the customer, we have to check on the documentation and everything. So for me, it's not suitable lah to implement in the CFS because all other warehouse, even big company in Northport, they also not suggested to implement the systematic. They prefer manually. Maybe some other few parts we can implement system. For example, like store the cargo location. That's a different. So which mean that how to release the cargo using the robotic, I mean, is not stable like in CFS.
Mr. Megat,
Megat.
I have questions.
Okay.
For degree holder, what is their best positions when they join to the warehouse? What is their suitable positions?
Okay, suitable position actually for logistic actually I have a lot of experience actually when my management trying to give me the senior exec, they will say, oh, it's too high because you still need a lot of experience. So for me, degree is the best position is executive for degree in logistic sector, executive. So,
Pardon? What position?
warehouse executive lah, operation executive. It's
Warehouse.
executive level lah. So
Oh,
the
okay.
position operation warehouse, it depends on the management lah. Actually, is executive level is okay for the degree level. Don't
What
be
is their range of salary?
Oh, range of salary
Right now.
actually range salary starting to 5 lah, basic. 25 to 27 lah. Depends on the company ah. Sometimes some company if not well growth, they will give you less than 25. So they have another benefit as well. Maybe they have OT, they have a lot of allowance there. But starting to 5 is okay lah. Okay lah. For me, I also starting habis degree pun to 5. Okay lah.
Oh, okay, good. No, for them to
Yalah.
prepare themselves, huh?
Yalah, but try
In the range.
don't demand lah. Oh, I want to 5. No, you try. Kalau if company give you below than to 5, you have to accept lah. Sebab during this pandemic, all struggle want to
Yes.
find the job. So if you
Yes,
get the
yes.
job, you just go. So, Nur Anisha, there is an incident or mistake during the shipment. Is the company or passenger? Yeah, actually, I have one mistake. Actually, mistake that by person in charge. Actually, during the import release cargo to the consignee, suddenly the cargo fall down from the lorry. So the cargo totally lost. Totally cannot work lah. So company file claim to our company around 100,000. The machine totally cannot work. So we not fired lah. Actually, we give some advice to him. Try to improve. If repeated happen, we will issue a warning letter lah. No choice lah. Actually, some issue problem occur from the person and some from the equipment. So mostly from the person lah. How you handle lah. Oh, how do you solve haulage shortage during the pandemic? Actually, haulage shortage. Actually, in Northport, everything haulage Northport will have their own haulage, so should be no issue. Normally, we will complain to Northport lah. So Northport will prepare the haulage services. Actually, we rent the warehouse, so this the haulage part is part of their added services. So anything we just highlight to them lah. Actually, so far no issue. Just sometime we request to deliver the container morning. Sometimes they arrive evening, night. So far okay lah. As long as the container arrive the same day, should be no issue. Actually logistik during pandemic so far no issue tau. Tak ada masalah apa pun. Like other industry memang lah serious issue facing, short of staff kena pemotongan gaji, itu tak ada, ini tak ada. Tapi untuk logistik so far kita run as usual. Just minimum working staff lah. The rest we still work as usual.
Mr. Megat,
Yes.
dekat sini ada soalan daripada Senizam. Senizam tanya, talking about sustainability, what is your company stand on adopting green warehouse?
Actually kita try to implement actually as I said because our warehouse in Northport actually green warehouse actually more on the HQ side. We have our own warehouse in 3PL there. I'm not much experience in HQ because HQ is they managed by others supervisor, others leader. So I focus in CFS. So I'm so sorry to answer your questions. Actually, it's not stable to adapt to answer about the CFS related to green because CFS is a warehouse that related. Actually, it's not stable to implement a green. I mean, if I'm not mistake, the HQ already implement the green warehouse. So maybe my boss is not around. So to ask, I'm so sorry to answer. Who is your customer? Who type of product of your customer holding?
Mr. Megat, there are one question. Can you hear me?
For
No?
Farizah, is it?
Okay. No,
Okay.
me, Hafsa, MC. Okay, there is one question. For your opinion, what are the most challenges in warehouse industry? From FB Live.
Oh, the most challenges part of the warehouse is how you manage your staff lah actually, and then how you you control of the equipment, because every month you have to absorb the cost of, for example, like fuel costs, and then how you minimize the cost in order for you to keep run the business in a minimum cost. Because in here we have to pay for the rent, of course. Rent is a fixed cost, and then for the maintenance, and then for the OT also is our cost as well. How you manage your staff for the OT, not simply claim for the OT. And then how you control for the maintenance of the forklift. That's the cost lah that we need. How we want to manage, how we want to minimize the cost. How many staff you handle Actually in CFS actually in office we have around 10, and then for the operation side we have around 10 also, 20 staff. Around 20 to 25 staff. Who is your customer and what type of product? Actually, our customer actually for East Malaysia, we have a popular bookstore. We manage the books to East Malaysia and international as well. And also Zulik Pharma, and also is one of our customers. Zulik Pharma, you know Zulik Pharma?
Unipharma. Oh, okay.
So actually Zulik Pharma, we handle their ubat lah to East Malaysia. And international C pun ada juga. Tapi rare lah, but international C they give to other freight forwarder lah to handle. Because we just handle East Malaysia. Because every company, they have a lot of freight forwarder. We have to compete lah. Oh, can any workers drive a forklift truck? Do we need? Okay, actually in Northport, they have their own license. We mean we have to apply license with Northport. We have to register. We have to do training in Northport, and then Northport will give you a license. So that license only applicable in Northport only. You're not able to drive outside from the Northport. So AMA also, they have a license in Northport. So they have a register in Northport. So actually from outside, from the HQ Shah Alam, Quanterm Shah Alam, they have to get a official license lah. So for the CFS, we just get the license from Northport. We have to apply, we have to some training, some exam, and Northport will give you for the license.
Megat, can I know to enhance the improvement, which warehouse activities would you focus on? Thank you.
Actually, to warehouse activity, we will focus, as I said, we will focus on the import activity. How to actually our CFS volume import is high to compare with the export. So activity involve import, unstuffing, tallying, and how we storage the cargo for the import. So import activity, it must give us big volume compared with the export. So we focus on the import activity lah in the warehouse, in the CFS warehouse. Oh, can we conduct academic visit? Academic visit you can conduct in a Quanterm Shah Alam HQ, because yeah, you can do in Shah Alam, but not inside Northport, because not easy, you know, to enter in Northport. A lot of procedure and paperwork need to do. Actually, it's not stable lah for you. I think I also Northport also not allow other visitor to do a visit. I think so, because camera also you not allowed to take camera and video. How come the academic visit? For sure they will not give you, because I think Northport is a privacy area, I think. Penang Hub handle paperwork. Actually, Penang Hub they have activity involved, staffing as well, staffing, import, and also Penang also they have they directly ship the container from Penang to Shanghai direct. They will not involve they will not send the cargo to Port Klang and then Port Klang to Shanghai. No, they have direct from Penang to Shanghai, LCL and also FCL. So handle vaccine is under Notpot. Notpot will handle the vaccine. So we just give all the details to Notpot, and then Notpot will handle lah everything. Oh, CILT and KEK. CILT, yalah, if I'm not mistake, if you take the CILT, you have to pay, isn't it? 1,000 and above, if I'm not mistake lah. So CILT is very, for me,
1,600.
1,600. I tak ambil CILT sebab that time money issue So no problem lah. Actually, it's up to you. Kalau if you have financial stable, you can take. That's for your knowledge as well.
Megat, one question from Sir Nizam.
Ah,
11.7.
Seven.
Do you think
Do you
logistics is
think
under TVET or
logistic
management field?
It's a management field.
Is management field. Thank you.
It can be both lah, boleh. Tapi more on focus management field lah. So I hope maybe itulah do you take English English for communication? If I'm not mistaken, yes. Maybe lah, try maybe some AJK program, try to create some session how to about email. Email is very important because Amma always, I ask Amma during my first I meet Amma, you know how to reply email? Oh, don't know lah, boss. You don't know, Sometimes dia reply email pun, I say, boy, Amma, how come you reply email like this? Boss, kita tak belajar, boss. Okay, tak apa. You learn. Try lah, try. Maybe lecturer can try to implement emails, give some student to involve in the email. So, no problem.
Megat, what email you mean? Official email or email regarding?
You can create you can use personal email. No problem. Try to practice how to reply email. That's it. Tu je.
Practice how to email. Oh, okay.
Let's say Puan ada any issue,
From
ada
supplier you mean? Your customer?
no, from lecturer. So kalau Puan ada apa-apa issue, try email. WhatsApp pun WhatsApp, but email. Email problem apa benda yang Puan nak, and then minta student reply the email.
Okay. Boleh buat assessment tu?
Boleh buat. Actually, if I'm not mistake, ada few lecturers yang, if I'm not mistake, Dr. Emilia dia still guna email. If I'm not
Dr.
mistake.
Amy.
Sebab Amma ada share, Dr. Emilia dia practice untuk email. For me, Dr. Emilia dia punya terapan tu bagus. But after you finish, you complete study, bagus sebenarnya benda ni. Bagus. Sebenarnya email ni.
Okay, good suggestion.
How you handle disagreement with client? Sometimes in freight forwarder, client ni akan give us money. So sometimes kita kena mengalah jugalah. Sometimes if customer request some discount, request some because they give us volume. So we have no choice. We try to give them some win-win situation lah. Actually, that's how we manage the client. Actually, we cannot say kita tak boleh handle because the customer will, tak apalah, I go to another freight forwarder lah. They can. Sometimes the shipments we handle is totally no cost, no profit because we want to do volume. Actually, the volume we give branding of our company. Ada yang macam tu. Sometimes the customer, because for example, like we have a project from overseas, from international. Actually, import is of course the agent will send the volume to our Quanterm to Port Klang. So sometimes we make an agreement. Sometimes the agreement for us, we just need the volume. Even we offer, we like to offer you this, I don't want lah. Tapi we want the volume. When we go for the market, we go for the volume. Not actually profit is a profit, but sometimes win-win situation lah. what strategy do you apply to keep track of the warehouse activity? Actually, CFA actually our staff are about 20. So normally staff every morning will send import and export activity to me. So they will update me every morning how many container will do, how many container we staff. So every day I will easily monitor. Sometimes Amma will send report to me, Megat, today import we have 10 container and then export we have 5 container activity. So from that activity we can monitor lah. I can easily monitor. Sometimes I go around check with the staff, is it container that arrive or not in our bay? If not arrive, I will check with the knock port why the container is not arrive. Actually, what we will do, delay in shipping actually, is vessel delay actually is beyond our control. Honestly, is sometimes customer asking why delay, why delay. We say to them it's beyond our control, it's under shipping line control. Sometimes it's delay because of the port is congested. Memang sometimes kadang-kadang kapal tu terlalu banyak. Not port also, when vessel arrive, they not just park at the berth. Sometimes they have to wait another 2-3 days to unloading the container from vessel. Not port also jam. West port also jam. So actually the delay is you have no choice. Customer have to absorb. If they want to delay, they go to buy air freight lah. Air freight is fast, but air freight is very expensive. Air freight they calculated based on weight. The lagi berat barang tu lagi mahal customer kena bayar.
Mr. Megat,
Mr. Megat.
what about material handling equipment? Does it under your company or under port management?
Material handling forklift under our own PCD lah. For the material handling like forklift, we have forklift. Actually forklift je yang kita ada kat sini. We use forklift. The racking and everything is under Knockport.
Mr. Megat,
Yes.
here I have a question daripada Fatin Naziha. Dia kata, how important CLT to logistic industry to fresh grads? Is it like we would secure the job faster or like we get the priority to be promoted fast?
Alamak ai. Ini kalau I cakap ni jangan kecil hati. Actually as I said, CIA tu if you you tak ambil pun tak apa sebenarnya, as long as you have a good soft skill during your interview session. Because if you have a good soft skill, you know how to communicate with your boss, you know how to handle your job, should be no issue. I also, masa I interview with my boss with Quanterm, my boss asked me, you know experience, why we should hire you? Of course that's the question. I told her, yes, I don't have any experience, but I need you to put your trust on me. You put some trust on me, within 3 months under probation, if you see some improvement, you can hire me. If no, you just fire me, no problem. But during the training period, you just keep learning, you just do. You just keep asking, don't wait for them to give you task. You request them task. Tanya, ada kerja tak? Ada kerja nak buat tak? Macam tu. Actually CLT memang is a good for me. It's a good because my friend also takes CLT. It's for you to improve your knowledge, to increase your knowledge. It's good. But as I said, if you have extra money, you can take the CLT, no problem. But if you don't have any money, it's okay. You just develop your skill there, no problem.
Mr. Megat, here is also another question daripada Satu Naziha. What are your company do if there a shortage of goods but required to ship on time?
Shortage of good actually shortage of good ship on time. Actually for export, if let's say good is short, we hold the cargo. Because for example lah, export, if let's say if customers send the goods to our warehouse, they have to give some document. Shipping note. Shipping note is like a document for you to know this cargo to this where, and then the vessel, how many packages. If let's say let's say this document is not tally with the actual, we will not proceed the cargo. We check back with the customer. How, where. So is it short or what? Is it miscommunication or mistyping or what? So if customer confirm, then we no problem lah. So for the import, let's say if the shortage, when we unstuff the container, let's say we the cartons is open, you know, the cartons is missing, the pallets missing, we will check back with the customer. We check back with the loading agent, overseas agent. So how you stuff the container? Why is not telling in the document? So we hold the cargo lah until we get the confirmation from customer, then we release. In logistic, any you want to do, you have to get black and white. You have to get confirmation. You just don't simply do. Oh, we dah biasa buat macam ni, kita buat okay, release je, tak apa. No, in logistic you have to get confirmation. Anything yang you buat, you have to get confirmation. Don't verbal. Get black and white. Try practice get black and white. Even you talk with your siapa-siapa pun, try to get black and white. Try to get at least ada black and white. Don't just verbal, verbal, nothing. Okay, tu je.
Mr. Megat, just now you have mentioned that CILT does not, not unnecessary for logistic fee, right? What about KEK? It's question from Nordiana Sharafina.
Wait lah.
Hello, Mr. Megat, can I answer the question?
Boleh. Answer.
Okay, so I have taken both CLT and KEK. So for CLT, kita boleh expandkan knowledge kita. Kita akan grad, convo dengan CLT, dia akan give password untuk kita ikutlah dia punya webinar on logistic and transportation industry untuk kita expand knowledge kita in logistic sector. That is CLT. And then you if you have CLT certificate, is a bonus to you lah untuk you belajar knowledge, new knowledge in logistic industry and transportation sector. And untuk KEK, khusus agent custom, untuk KEK, it is important for those who want to work in forwarding company, because forwarding company will diorang yang akan liaise dengan custom. So custom has put a rules.
Oh, okay, ikut custom tu ke?
Custom put a rules. If you want to communicate with them, you need to learn some about us. So that is KEK. If and then from KEK you can generate custom pass, and then you forwarding lah, you can communicate with custom. So some forwarding companies, they will send their staff to go and take KEK course.
Actually, if you want to build up your own company, logistic company, let's say freight forwarder company, compulsory, two staff, they have to take KEK for you to develop the company. So KEK is good for you to learn, to increase your knowledge about the forwarding, how you deal with the custom, what kind of duty and tax or whatsoever. It's good. But itulah untuk apply dalam bidang kerja, actually it's not, dia tak penting, bukan tak penting. Dia ada kepentingan, tapi just for your knowledge sajalah. Itu saja.
Mr. Megat, can I know soft skill and hard skill that we can learn now as an student from
Okay, soft
UMT?
skill, like I have said, kalau ada, if I'm not mistake, last semester you will you have a syllabus public speaking, if I'm not mistake, public speaking in English last semester. Yes, try to get A in that public speaking. So and then try to jangan malu-malu untuk presentation. That's important. Try to communicate. Try to deal. Try sometimes you make some program. You know, you have to deal with the customer, sometimes with the vendor. Benda-benda macam tu lah akan berguna, akan datang. Excel also is important. So maybe you can organize session untuk Excel. Actually when I work in Zalora memang dia 100% of Excel. So memang dia nak staff dia untuk apply in Zalora kena tahu at least 60% on the Excel. Macam mana you nak buat, macam mana you nak develop table. Actually kat sini dekat CFS kita tak pakai sangat Excel. Kita just more on email, more everything is data from the system and then convert to the Excel. Everything is data in the system. But Zalora is different. You have to master your Excel. So and then macam I dulu pun public speaking bukan nak belagak lah. I pun dapat A public speaking. So you try as I say in university you try to develop your skill there. Email is more important. Try untuk master the email first. The first thing first I ask student masa they come to me my boss Megat, okay, this is an intern student. You handle lah, you buat lah apa yang you ajar lah. Okay, I tanya dia. You tahu tak reply email? Tahu tak macam mana nak buat email? Nak reply any email? Dia kata tak tahu. So for me benda tu important lah. I mungkin untuk for the 2 weeks maybe I can teach them how to reply, but I cannot sit beside him or her just to see how you reply the email. No, because I also have another work to do. So system used at Quanterm actually for the warehouse, for the 3PL they have their own system. We have the WMS. For the CFS, we use a sys-freight system. So in sys-freight system, have a lot of the cargo location, everything lah. So we try to maybe management, maybe next year they want to change the system, they want to switch off another system. Try to find a way to do because the system is like old school lah. They want to find another system which better system lah untuk future, untuk next year. Maybe next year they will change the new system.
Mr. Megat, can I know any workers drive a forklift truck? Do we need apply a license?
Oh, actually rasanya saya dah jawab soalan ni tadi. Kalau inside Noteport, actually Noteport will you have to apply license with Noteport if you want to work in CFS. So if you want to work like in Quanterm Shah Alam, you have to take license, official license lah. So for me is if you want to work in warehouse, actually license is company provide to you. So you no need to apply to take the license. Later if company interest in you, they will register your name. They will let's say Amma, sebab I saw Amma is a potential student. So I say, Amma, you nak tak register forklift untuk license dekat Noteport? I say, okay, no problem. I register lah dia punya name. Actually in Noteport, if let you in Noteport license under Noteport, if Quanterm Shah Alam or HQ outside from Noteport, we have a official license lah, kena take lah. If you want to nak buat forklift, memang you kena ambil license lah, mana-mana pun. Macam you nak buat kereta, takkan you tak nak ambil lesen. Tapi inside Noteport, Noteport will give you a license. You have to apply with Noteport.
Okay. Mr. Megat from Chan Wei Zong, may I know that what process or unit in warehouse will be prioritized?
Actually, in warehouse, the most important unit is our forklift and also our bay. Because if we don't have any bay, we cannot do unstuff the container. So our prioritize, because racking is under Noteport. So our prioritize is about forklift and also our staff lah. So I have to ensure that all forklift is operates lah. if ada problem ke, I have to repair because warehouse kita 100% memang run by forklift. Kita tak ada run by manual buat keluar barang sendiri pada warehouse apa, tak ada. Kita semua 100% by forklift. So kalau forklift tu rosak, tak boleh buat kerja lah.
Okay, Mr. Megat. From Sarahumi, she asks, what is the critical soft skills fresh grad need to have if they want to work in logistics field? So she want the critical soft skill.
Critical soft skill actually dalam logistik ni you have to be multitasking lah. Actually macam mana you nak dapat multitasking tu, how lecturer train you lah macam mana nak multitask. Actually susah sebenarnya sebab you maybe lecturer mungkin bagi you deadline, okay, submit this week, mungkin hari Isnin nak kena present, okay, Jumaat do ada job. Benda tu pun multitasking. Mungkin lecturer boleh buat deadline tu dekat-dekat. Kita boleh tengok customer student ni perform ke tak. That's a multitask. Actually kalau multitask ni, kalau you nak in logistik, you kena kerja sini dulu baru kita boleh tahu you multitask ke tak. Macam I dulu pun, itulah masa you kena kerja sini dulu baru you boleh get the multitasking. So sekarang ni kalau let's say kalau ada deadline ke apa-apa multitask, I boleh je, I no problem, dah biasa. Dah biasa stay up at night, monitor vessel arrive, monitor container, everything. After working hour also you have to open your laptop. That's a commitment lah. Kalau you from student also you dah macam malas lah, ini bukan aku lah. So no point lah.
Okay, Mr. Megat. From Facebook Live, Intan Safia, how about shipping and port operations during this COVID-19? There is any difference before pandemic? Thank you.
Oh, how about shipping and port operation during this? Actually no different lah. Lagi busy ada. Actually the volume is increased. Actually during pandemic, if I'm not mistaken, masa first pandemic, sometime the vessel arrive, they arrive on Monday, so the port will start unload the container from vessel on the weekend. Sometimes kapal kena tunggu 1 minggu untuk port authority buat kerja sebab terlalu banyak sangat kapal sampai Port Klang, terlalu banyak sangat container. Sometimes the customer complain, vessel dah sampai, kenapa tak buat kerja lagi, kenapa container tak dapat lagi, tapi disebabkan port congested. So it's beyond our control. Sometimes customer also complain, kenapa busy apa semua, sebab volume banyak. Volume banyak. That's why I said logistik during pandemic, volume ni sebenarnya lagi banyak. Logistik ni lah yang paling orang kata tipu lah kalau logistik industri ni tak ada profit. Yang paling banyak untung adalah logistik company. That's why during pandemic logistik ni survive. Okay lah. I ask my friend in the same field also, they also say the same thing because during pandemic it's busy. Sometimes busy, we work from home, so all the limit, sometimes we have to scan the document, everything. Susah lah. Actually susah dekat site operation untuk handle because we work from home. So it's not susah lah untuk handle. Actually I prefer to stay in office. Sometimes I request manager, I request my boss, I nak stay, I nak datang office, I tak boleh work from home. Because
Mr. Megat, I remember that in April or March, we unstaffed almost 400 container in a month, right?
Yes.
So we stay from 8 we work from 8:30 until 5 a.m. but we continue until 11 p.m.
So when you work industry logistik, you jangan dream untuk habis kerja on time. Memang lambat. You have to commit. Sometimes you have to put some commitment in your work. Sometimes you jangan complain customer cari you. You have to open your laptop on your weekend. You jangan complain. Logistik itulah dia. you memang is a busy industry, paling busy. So you jangan merungut, oh alamak weekend ni I nak kena keluar lah. Sometimes I pernah bawa laptop keluar untuk update sometime because when the container arrive for stuffing, for export, so we as a person in charge, you have to register the container in Notepad system. If you tak register, container tu tak boleh masuk atas kapal, they will not load. They just simply tinggal your container, tak naik pun kapal tu. So when you know bila untuk date stuffing ke unstuffing you have to prepare lah everything. You have to prepare your mental lah. Your mental and physical lah. Sometimes malam pun orang cari you. Or you kena monitor kerja. You try untuk ada sense of untuk ingin tahu, sense of a commitment to work lah. Bila you ada commitment to work, mana-mana pun you boleh pergi. You jangan kata, oh I dah hand over to you, lantak you lah, pergi lah, ikut you, it's up to you lah, you handle. No, you don't. Logistik jangan, you have a sense of monitoring until success benda tu.
Okay, Mr.
So
Megat.
last kejap Okay, kalau sesiapa yang plan untuk nak buat master ini I sikit advice try to do master research in logistic because when I study master in logistic, the logistic research ni still tak berbanyak, still lack logistic study in Malaysia. So maybe you guys you boleh untuk do some study research about the paper, about the logistic, focus on the logistic. Jangan fokus, I not say that you not focus to ada department, ada field. Try to focus on the logistic because dengan adanya research, dengan adanya study about logistic, benda tu kan ada improvement. Bila come out, bila ada paper, some student study about the logistic, dia mesti ada improvement nanti. So logistic study ni still tak banyak lagi dekat Malaysia. So maybe student boleh try lah untuk study about the logistic. Je. So ada apa pergi ke?
Ada lagi, banyak lagi. From Nicole Chanswani, is AI taking over the role human in logistic field?
Actually sorry AI tu apa
AI
Artificial intelligence, bos.
artificial intelligence.
Artificial intelligence
Yeah.
Actually maybe Encik Amar boleh kau nak share ke? AI taking over role human. Actually in logistik actually kita kena
We in Malaysia we kurang nampak the progress of AI taking over the human in logistik ni. Tapi in a Europe country sebab diorang dah developed country, Malaysia is still a developing country. So in Europe they have applied AI. For example, Amazon has applied sending parcel using drone, and that drone is controlled by AI fully. So we just wait and see lah Malaysia punya performance.
actually kalau nak implement kat Malaysia macam tak sesuai AI over ni. Sebab kita still in logistik, kita still need human to work. You cannot depend 100% on the robot, 100% on the system. Tak boleh Kalau sistem tu jahanam, rosak, problem apa susah.
Okay, Mr. Megat, can I turn to the next question?
Okay, kejap I baca dia. What's the most unpleasant experience you have experienced while working at the port? Okay. I nak cerita satu I ada dua lah kot. Satu tu masa I under C department OCE, actually I ada facing satu problem ni di mana the ships tak boleh berlayar disebabkan air laut tu cetek. So kapal tu tersadai dekat dalam knockport ni dah lama. So benda tu I have to face complain a lot from the customer. Let's say for example like ACL container. For example that one the container to Jakarta. LCL Jakarta. So in LCL they have in that time I have a 10 to 12 HBL, 10 to 12 customers. So I have to face 10 to 12 customer every day asking the status because of kapal tu tak boleh berlayar, air laut cetek. I explain to them, yalah biasalah customer is always right, customer not understand the situation. So sometimes I feel like, I rasa macam nak resign lah that time. Sometimes the foods, sometimes the customer send the foods, so the food already expired, and then customer ada deadline project whatsoever. That one I feel right macam menangis lah. Sebab benda tu bukan is unexpected. Sometimes the customer not understand. So that one, mencabar tau. Bukan I minta jadi macam tu, tapi itulah air laut cetek kapal tu tak boleh bergerak. So kena tunggu air laut tu dalam baru boleh kapal tu. Kena sebulan lebih. Almost a month customer kapal tu stranded there. So import actually I baru dalam ni. So kalau experience yang lain tu actually lagi satu pasal Yangon. Actually tak silap I in early this year Yangon facing serious political issue. I'm not sure either you aware or not. So that time all the cargo kena hold kat sana berbulan-bulan. So customer is chasing us every day. Even in the news also they update Yangon facing blah blah blah. Customer also keep asking. That one is a benda tu mencabar lah I untuk I handle. That one is a yang paling I tak boleh lupa yang tu lah, yang kapal terlantar tu. Itu memang worst experience lah I rasa. Setiap orang pun ada worst experience. Macam Amar pun the worst experience dia miss out to send the container lah. 1,000 ringgit have to bear. So I warning to Amar please monitor carefully after this. No repeated case happen. Okay, that's all. Ada lagi ke?
For the last question from Sarah Kumi, Mr. Megat, is it necessary to have degree related with logistic management if they want to work as operation officer at logistic company?
Yes, because sebab you become operation officer for let's say in Quanterm. In Quanterm of course when you apply, when you have a logistic, they will place you in OCE department, Ocean Export department. So in there you have at least you know the basic, what you know about stuffing, you know how to read the container, you know the size of the container, everything. Basic part tu kena ada. So for me to answer your question, kena ada degree related logistic management, yes. And then the benda-benda lain tu is your soft skill lah, how you manage your stress, how you control. Sometimes I stress I kalau too stress I akan relax kejap, duduk 5 minit 10 minit akan buat benda lain. Don't jangan bila marah-marah customer, don't stress. Staff yang boleh stress marah, dia stress dengan benda lain tapi dia marah kat kita, macam tak ada kaitan kan. Tapi kalau you betul-betul stress you just relax. I told to Amar and Zohari, if let's say you too stress, just relax. You buat kerja, you nak main handphone sekejap ke, it's okay, because benda ni important. Because too stress nanti orang tak boleh nak buat kerja.
So, Mr. Megat, there is no any question. So, our program has now come to a close. Thank you again to everyone who has joined us progressing our webinar with your presence, which we greatly appreciate. Before we finally end the webinar, I would like to encourage all participants and committees to snap some photos with our speaker as a memory. Everyone can open your camera. First, I want to count. 1, 3. Okay, one more. 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you so much. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, that's all for today. Thank you, Mr. Megat, Khidir, Razman, Muhammad Razali with his partner, Mr. Amar, and everyone who has joined our program until the very end. We sure hope to see you again in the future. Participants can now scan the QR code from the screen or use the link provided in the chat box for attendance purpose. For your information, this QR code attendance will be open for 5 minutes. With that in mind, allow me to formally end our ceremony with Wabillahi taufiq wa hidayah. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you and have a nice day. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.
Thank you Megat. Thank you Ama. Nanti kita jumpa insyaAllah. Thank you for your time Megat. Semoga terus cemerlang, terus sukses.
Okay.
Dah buat master, sambunglah buat di PhD pula.
Tunggu ada orang sponsor boleh.
Tengah sponsor. Siapa tu?
Kod government ke nak sponsor, nak ambil kerja.
You kena ni lah. Dah buat master, sayanglah tak buat PhD.
Betul.
Okay nah, terima kasih banyak-banyak ya. Thank you very much to the committee. Narissa, Jeffrey, Hafsa, siapa ni? Nazatul, everyone. Thank you very much for the commitment. So we will have another webinar December with Dr. Kana from Swift Logistic pula. Megat, nanti next month kita ada lagi satu webinar.
Thank you, Doctor.
Okay, thank you
Cik
very much.
Megat.
Assalamualaikum. Okay, bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.